You are now listening to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
My name is DJ Vince Adams. I absolutely appreciate what the Chicago Clubhouse crew is doing for the city of Chicago.
Hey, young world, what's good? It's your boy Bernard Berrien, a.k.a. B Twice.
What up? This is Rasheed Davis, former Chicago Bear wide receiver.
Hey, my name is Lemuel Stinson, a.k.a. Lemonhead, formerly of the Chicago Bears.
What's up? My name is C.J. Watson, former Bulls guard and bench bomb creator.
This is two-time six-man all-star baller Ricky Deuces Pierce.
What's up, people? This is Chicago radio legend Rick Party, the voice you hear everywhere.
My name is Pee-wee from the movie House Party.
This is Megan Martinez from the Good and Plenty podcast.
Hey, this is Bubba Ball from the Shits podcast.
Hey, this is Nika from One Shot Wellness, Reverend from the ATL, dropping some drips on that Chi-Town Clubhouse podcast.
This is Sherry, and you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
You're now rocking with Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast.
Where they think they know everything.
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 But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit.
But they don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But they really don't know shit.
But honestly, they don't know shit.
And I smell something. I smell podcast. The Chicago Clubhouse Podcast Show.
They really don't know shit.
You already know what time it is.
You see this Eddie Jackson jersey right here? Take this.
This dude literally just took my soul.
So I didn't like playing with Brett Favre at all.
You could have waited until the draft if you wanted to look at another quarterback. You didn't have to sign Andy Dalton, who is really nothing but a backup.
Evander Holyfield is 58 years old. What you want to fight a 58-year-old man?
But man, he wants to keep fighting.
Because he want to fight him. Okay, it's an exhibition.
But yeah, it's an exhibition because
this ain't Drago and Apollo Creed, man. Ain't nobody about to.
Man, Martin and Tommy Hearns was an exhibition. You saw what happened to Martin.
This could hurt.
Thanks, Hayden. Nothing but the best.
Okay.
All right.
That bro tough for real, man.
Yeah, man. He like tougher than some grown folks I know, man.
That as a coach, your job is to give your players the best opportunity to have success.
Michael Jordan, when he came back at LeBron James' age, he was a straight up nothing.
That is blasphemy on his computer right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. Without Dennis Rodman, I couldn't see them winning like they did those second three championships. I can't see it.
I agree.
And now I'm the voice of SportsCenter on ESPN. Now on SportsCenter tonight, LeBron James and whatever.
Do you guys really coach how exactly to tackle correctly? Because I see it all over the league now. People cannot tackle like they did whenever you guys played. But do you guys practice tackling at all?
Saturdays are always tough. Always tough, man. But we got a little time to let everybody get in, crack a beer, enjoy the podcast. But for those of you that are here, that are watching, listening, welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. And our guest today, I don't know if he had to do something else or he forgot. I don't know. But we will go on with the show as planned. And you know how I always kick it off. I don't care if it's morning, noon, or night. I got my Moore's beer, About to drink. Crack it open. Got a little on my pants, but so fucking what. Yeah, so on the podcast today, I have one of the moderators for the group page. She's going to talk a little bit about the events that she has on Sundays, on Bear Sundays. Then on the last Sunday, she has something really planned, really special for you guys. Hopefully she gets in here so she can explain it better than I can. Also, people that are in the chat, I am going to give away this special edition blue Chicago Clubhouse Network shirt. People in the chat. So, people in the chat, if you want the shirt, then you will use the link that I'm going to display. Come in the podcast and let all of us know, all of us being me and my All-Star team, let all of us know, I want the shirt. That's what you got to say. You say that, you get the shirt, but you got to come get it. I don't deliver. All right. So anyway, without any more running my mouth, let me bring in my All-Star team. First up, my man, the stat man, who knows every single stat from every single team since the 80s and 90s. My man, JB.
Tell you what's happening.
What's up with you?
Man, you got it, man. Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Up, ready for some football, ready for some conversation, man. I hope Corey comes on, man, because the world got that question for him, man. You know,
man. I know that question. How did you feel when you? I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait. All right. So next up, other part of the All-Star team. Already know my man, the X Factor, AB.
Hey everybody, how are we today? Let's get excited on Saturday. Let's get some motivation. I'm dragging.
Need some, man.
I'm dragging today, man.
I'm dragging too, man. I think Corey's dragging too. That's why he ain't here.
I think you're right. I think Corey's still sleeping. I don't blame him though. JB, how are you today, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You know, just what I'm waiting for, man. Michigan State, Purdue. So
I know you are. That's a scary game for you, man. Because
trap game for sure.
We already know that Purdue has beaten a ranked team this year. So
Iowa. Check them out.
Let's watch out for that.
Yeah, so Corey ain't here yet. So I am going to put up the link, guys. And we're going to have a few fans come in and they can talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. Of course, they can talk about this Bears team going into Pittsburgh. We can talk about Justin's breakout game against the 49ers. We can talk about Matt Nagy actually coming back to the sideline on Monday. We talk about whatever the hell you want to. So I'm going to put up this link and let's rock.
Oh, wait. Hold on. 1 second. I want the shirt. You said people could come in and say that, right?
You did.
I'm included in that, right? I can get the shirt too, right?
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. I want the shirt. It's me. No.
Oh, no. You're not included in that part.
Well,
you're not included in
I tried.
that part.
I like that blue on that shirt, actually.
Yeah, that's not. Hey,
yeah.
You have to, you know what I'm saying? You might have to order a couple of those.
Yeah, for sure. I like that.
What's up, Mama? Hey, Mama, she said we got the #1 podcast in the nation.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that yet. But
I wish.
Yeah, I think we all wish that.
Yeah. So, all right, let me put this link in here. Who is awake this morning? Man, I got up. I live all the way in Humboldt Park, but I do the podcast out here at my parents' house in Palos Heights. So I had to get up early and drive all the way out here. This is an hour drive.
Oof.
And then I cook my mother. I know. I know. Then I cook my mother breakfast, which I always do.
Nice.
On Saturdays. And
Well, you're a
sometimes
good son, aren't you?
Because I was hungry too, so
nice.
I cooked her breakfast. Then I had to set this up. So man, I'm tired. I'm tired just from that.
So, and just so everybody knows, we had a birthday the other day that we didn't talk about. Happy birthday, Mr. Terrence Nichols. How are you, man?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Man.
Happy 52nd birthday, man.
Oh, man, hit him with
52nd.
For your age.
I appreciate that. And I appreciate you, Ma. I see that.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. 25 all over again.
25 all over again? Okay. Well, you're only as old as you feel, T, right?
Oh, God. If that's the case, dog, I might be like 65 years old.
Some days, it's like that. Some days.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Frank.
So let's get into some Bears talk. Let's all wake the hell up here and let's talk something. Anything.
Yes. Let's talk Justin Fields' breakout game against the 49ers.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
And can he continue that?
Yes. That's a question I had for our beloved guest today, too. It's something that I've been wondering all week if, he can really take the next step because, not every week, I'd say. He's got some clunkers, but every other week I see a little incremental growth, up a little bit here and there. And I'm expecting hopefully the same this week. I'm expecting him to maybe come out, run the ball the way that they did last week. Hopefully some real quick RPO throws, slants, stuff like that, just to get the ball rolling quick and out because you've got TJ Watt on the other side of that ball and you do not want to give that kid any time.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Their defense is no pump.
No, it's not.
Their defense is no pump.
No, let's not forget about Cam Hayward, too.
Yeah.
Very disruptive.
If he play, I heard he might not play. I actually haven't pulled up the report yet. Hang on, guys. Let me pull that up for us.
I think their defense is ranked 11 and 12 against the pass and the run, respectively, I believe.
I think you're off I think it's like 9, but you're not off by much. But yeah,
I thought it was 9,
but something like that, yeah.
And their pass defense, that's misleading. It's because their secondary is kind of soft, but their front seven is getting all kinds of crazy pressure.
7 is what does it for him. Yeah, absolutely. But
is A-Rob finally going to find the ball today? Monday?
No. He's not going to find the ball the rest of the year because he doesn't care. So as of now,
he plays like he doesn't he?
I mean, a part of it is it's kind of the system that they run too. Like with a guy like Justin, who's a rookie, he doesn't really know what open is yet. So, when you've got a defender that's, a foot away from him, he's automatically thinking that Allen Robinson isn't open, but that's open in the NFL. And that's something he hasn't really come accustomed to yet either, I think. So once he gets a better rhythm with that, maybe he'll start throwing him a little bit more open because A-Rob's not a guy that really gets good separation anyway. So it's something to me that it just doesn't fit what we have at the QB position and what they're trying to do on offense right now. It's just my opinion, though. What do you think, JB?
I agree, but again, we're still trying to figure out, what is this man trying to do with this offense? We see incremental growth with Justin Fields. We see, the running game is no joke. Our running game is top notch. Yeah. Which means that our line play is technically not that bad, especially with the run. But as far as gauging a player's enthusiasm, we just saw Allen Robinson last year catch 102 balls, so we know he's capable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But if the play calling is not dictating the ball coming his way, like any number one or star or diva, if we can even use that word receiver anymore, they want the ball. And when they're not getting the ball, they become uninterested. So Can I say he's going to have a breakout game? I honestly just think him and Justin Fields just are not on the same page. Like maybe he's used to some fat receivers getting to their spots a little bit quicker, which is why he doesn't connect with A-Rob a little bit more. Or maybe it's just the route period.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you think that it can be a little bit of both. Maybe it's a little bit Allen Robinson not having the drive that he's had in other seasons past, and a little bit of the offensive scheme, and a little bit of Justin. Like, it can be everything, can't it? Like, all three things can be true. Like, it doesn't necessarily just have to be A-Rob's dogging it all the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be that Justin doesn't know how to get him the ball correctly. It can be everything. And that's something that I'm really holding A-Rob on, is because I think he should be with those guys after practice, trying to run routes, trying to get better. You can see it with a guy like Darnell Mooney. You can see a guy like Jesse James and Fields really starting to learn how to play together. You're seeing a lot to Mooney especially, but those other tight ends, you're starting to see some cohesion with them, and I'm not seeing it with Allen Robinson. I don't know if that's a mixture of everything. That's what I'm trying to ask here, really, or if it's just Allen just quitting. And I know as another Allen, that shit doesn't fly with me. Allen's come to work. Come on now. Come on, Robinson.
Well,
show us proud, my man, please.
let's think of it like this too, guys. It's not an apples to apples comparison. It's apples to oranges, but it's still all fruit.
Yes.
Isn't this what we're seeing in Cleveland with OBJ?
Well, not anymore. He's gone.
Yes, it's a wrap for OBJ.
It is. But eerily similar, right? Like not getting the play calls, not getting the ball, frustration, miscommunication on routes.
The difference for me is that I feel that A-Rob is more of a professional. So you don't see Allen Robinson's dad out there, throwing up tweets about the routes that his son runs that he doesn't get the ball, and he doesn't have LeBron James. He doesn't have LeBron James out there tweeting out for him, saying that he's
that's
a
why
prisoner, stuff like that.
That's why I said it's apples and oranges, not necessarily apples to apples. And $17.6 million guaranteed.
Yeah. He does have an agent who is kind of mouthy on Twitter. I've heard. I haven't really followed up with a lot of his stuff, but seems like his agent's already ready for him to get out of there too. So this is just a marriage that went bad. It's something that I don't think it's going to be fixed. It's what now? 9 weeks in, and he's got I think he's fourth on the team in receiving right now. That's not going to change, guys. Like, I don't see this going anywhere. So now,
9
Allen,
games left?
I think that's right. Yeah. So he's got 44 targets. He's got 26 receptions for 271 yards and 1 touchdown. That's not $17 million a year numbers. Facebook user, please go to our link in our stream. It is StreamYard.com/Facebook and register so we know who you are, please. And we've already got people that want this shirt. Terrence, better get them on.
They know the rules. They know the rules that I set forth. You must use the link that I put up. Come in the chat and tell us to our faces you want the shirt, and it's yours to pick up.
Absolutely.
That's the rules.
Absolutely.
Wake y'all ass up.
You gotta wake us up.
Wake y'all asses up.
You're supposed to be the point guard, and we're over here chatting. You look like you're sleeping over there, man. You're supposed to be waking us up.
I wanted to bring something else to you guys' attention. If you guys have been paying attention to the reports, I heard that David Montgomery is making some really, really good progress and might be able to come back sooner than we think.
Yeah, he was actually at practice the other day running. Yeah, he was running some routes here and there. I actually watched a video. I saw him. He looks pretty crisp. They have basically 21 days now now it would be 20 or 19 or something to reclaim him back on the roster. And I don't see it. It might happen this week, actually, because I think Damian Williams is out still with a knee. He didn't practice again yesterday. And
well, he went back to back. Remember, he went COVID protocol. Then he came in and got hurt and went right back to that. So
so he hasn't practiced all
somebody.
week. So either they're going to make a decision on him, maybe I would say probably tomorrow or the next day. And also, I saw a video of Mr. Tevin Jenkins running as well. So maybe Tevin Jenkins starting to get some, some ground on everything. Maybe he'll be back. And I'd still say by the end of the month, maybe mid-December at best. But we have somebody in the back that wants to come in and say something. Miss Shawnee in here. Miss Shawnee.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Shawnee. How you doing?
I'm sleepy.
Yeah,
same. We all are. We're all
I'm about to head to this Morgan Park High School game playoffs.
Okay.
So let's, gotta get moving.
Go Mustangs.
That's my old school. Gotta represent.
Little dude, is he playing?
No, my son is in 8th grade.
Oh, okay. Is he going to Morgan Park though?
Nah.
Sorry. No.
Why you saying like that?
He said sorry. No.
Nope. I think he's probably going to go to Carmel, and they just won last night. So.
Oh, Mount Carmel? Really?
They won 16-14.
I went to Mount Carmel.
Oh, okay.
Just so you all know, her son, that dude, he cold. He cold, boy.
Thank
I played
you.
with him when he was a little dude.
He's big. He's my size now.
Wow, he's a big dude now.
He's my size
He's
Oh,
real big.
whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, Terrence.
I knew you were gonna catch me on that. I knew you were gonna catch me.
We gotta teach you how to talk to ladies in this group, man. Come on now. You can't be saying stuff
I'm
like
one of
that.
the boys. It's okay. I'm one of the boys.
Yeah, you can't blame this one on the beer, Terrence.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Can't blame that one on the Moors, bro.
It might be number one beer for him. I'm not sure yet. We haven't got that far yet with him. But so Shawnee, what did you come in here to say?
I want the damn shirt.
Give her the damn shirt, Terrence.
Give us some applause for that.
Yeah, hell yeah, we can. Give her the damn shirt.
It's yours.
Thank you.
But you gotta pick it up from me. I don't deliver.
We'll work it out.
We'll work that out. So I will put that to the side, but I have another one.
Oh, snap.
This one is the ladies cut large. So somebody can win this shirt. I hope it's not a dude.
So what size was the other one?
The other one is a man's large.
If it's a dude, I'll give up mine and we'll switch.
Yeah.
You'll give up. So you want to wear this one?
Well, I'm a lady.
He's a girl.
Terrence,
you really got to learn how to talk to ladies, man. What's going on?
Man, I asked a question. Now hold on. I asked a question. All right, so the blue one is back on the market. I put the gray one to the side.
Unless the girl comes, and then I'll switch it back. But,
There you go. Okay. All right, well.
There it is.
It's back up on the market. One more time. Let's try to get it right.
Thank you, Shawnee, for tuning in. We appreciate the love and the.
You're lucky I had to be up for this Morgan Park game. Otherwise, I don't know.
Otherwise, you would be up, huh?
Like I was like, what?
I hear you.
What?
Yeah, we're all on that same boat, Shawnee. Trust me, we all feel the same. So, who are they going up against?
No clue.
Oh, okay.
Random team, huh? Okay.
It's I think I want to say it's some suburban school, but I'm not sure.
Look it up real quick. Morgan Park.
I'm an alumni, so I've only been to one game this year, so I figured this with no time like the present.
Yeah, this would be a hell of a game to go to. Shoot, they still in the
that's the point.
Yeah.
Man, got a chance to get.
What I should have went to was the Mount Carmel game because it was a last minute score that won the game.
Oh, okay.
With no time on no time on the clock when the play started. It was a penalty. There was a penalty and a defensive penalty on Batavia that made it replay of the down with no time left. So
untimed down game-winning score in the playoffs. That's some movie stuff. That's some fairy tale stuff right there. We like it.
So what time is the game?
It's at 1.
Is at 1?
Yep.
Okay.
At Gately. Right. Yeah. Just to plug it out there if anybody wants to come.
Gotta pump your own stuff, huh? Heck yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys have it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shiny. Appreciate
Thank you for the shirt.
All right, let me know what's up with the shirt.
You tell me. I'll take whichever one. It doesn't matter.
Whenever you want to get it, we can meet up and
I got you.
Get it. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate you. Later.
Awesome.
Always good to see Shiny, boy.
One down, one to go, right?
Viewers, when you call in, you just might get lucky.
All you gotta do is this, guys. This is all you. I want the shirt. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Jump in the link and say it. You don't even have to say.
I want the damn shirt.
I want the damn shirt. Send us your address or whatever it is, and we'll get it to you. Well, I won't get it to you. Hopefully, Terrence will.
I'm not shipping shit.
Terrence,
I'm not shipping nothing.
He's not very good at shipping stuff.
No.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get my.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Like,
I knew you were gonna. You'll get it if you come get it. You'll get it.
Why do I gotta come get everything? Why can't you just send me stuff? Come on, man.
You know how much it would cost to ship a whole case of beer?
Oh,
no, I don't.
A lot. Because it goes by the weight.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Well, we still got to get some of it shipped over to our buddy Warwick.
We'll do
Texas,
that.
He
we'll
said
do that, but I don't think
so that's cool, right? Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna ship a case.
Well,
we
gotta get him. I don't know how much.
No, I don't think. Now, if you would have said ship me 4 tall boys, okay.
I thought we could send him like 2 little 4-packs, maybe. Like
we gotta send Warwick a 4-pack.
Or a 4-pack of each.
Yeah, like, a 4-pack of each. That's what we gotta send.
That's 3. That's 3. Okay. That's cool. That's okay.
Okay, so then send a 4-pack of each to me. That's cool too.
Okay, I gotta find out how much.
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
I'll do it.
I'm actually gonna come that way, hopefully, in the next couple weeks. So hopefully,
I'll let me know when. I got you.
Is it in Benny's?
Yes, it is at Benny's.
I think
so. I wonder if
I don't believe
has
it.
They ship, Alan. The Benny's and Homer Glen, they should be able to ship it to you.
That's true. I didn't think about that, JB. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, guys, if you're wanting to know where you can get some, you just go to mooresbeer.com. They've got a map up there of the Chicagoland area. It shows all the locations, guys. Go and check that out because it is worth it. The black can, I can taste it now. I can taste it now. But let's get back to football. And, I mean, I don't know what's up with Corey, but we can still talk.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Corey, but we got some things we can talk about with
for
their
sure.
team.
Like so, for one, the injury report here. You've got Mr. J.P. Holtz has a concussion. He hasn't practiced all week. Eddie Jackson's got hamstring. He hasn't practiced all week. Mac hasn't practiced with a foot all week. Alec Ogletree hasn't practiced.
That hurts.
With an ankle all week. Damian Williams hasn't practiced. And Mr. Darnell Mooney was limited with a groin yesterday too as well.
That kind of hurts because that's Justin's number 1 target.
So wait a minute.
I'm sure he'll probably play.
He'll probably play, but
it's gonna slow him down.
Well, does that mean we see a little bit more Goodwin? Does that mean we finally see Perryman? Like
Goodwin can't hold on to a ball.
More Demir Bird. I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Or more Allen Robinson actually making his money this week. How about that?
He can run a slant. He's
just. I mean, all he's got to do is be in front of this guy.
Next team.
I mean, I would like to think that, but it's not looking that way. So for the Steelers, they had Eric Ebron was limited yesterday with an ankle, and he didn't practice on Thursday.
Tight end.
Mr. Cameron Hayward.
No, you ain't sorry to hear that. I ain't sorry to hear that.
Has an ankle, but he was a full practice member yesterday. They have their center, what's his name? Finney. He didn't practice with the back. Their kicker had a concussion too, but he was a full practice. And Ben Roethlisberger has a right shoulder, hip, pectoral injury, and he was limited as well. So maybe that could be
You
big.
know what?
With it being his throwing.
But I want to say he had that last week too, though. So
did he?
Because remember, they only won like 15-10 last week. He didn't play lights out. So
Big Ben is not the Big Ben that we used to know.
No, not at all. He's more of a passenger on this ride than he is the driver. Like it's more about this defense. It's more about, him managing, not having those really costly turnovers, I would say, and running the ball with Najee Harris, which is what I'm worried about, because
that is their workhorse.
This run defense that we have,
he is their workhorse. He will run all over our Swiss cheese defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He will run all over them.
And
so,
without Eddie Jackson back there, I know, yes, Eddie Jackson is Eddie Jackson. I know he's bad, but the drop off from him down to the other guy, Tabor, is a pretty big drop off, because Eddie Jackson would have actually caught that ball last week that Mr. Tabor just flat out,
he would have caught that ball. It was just a simple dive. It's like the ball went right through his arm.
Yeah, and it's kind of troubling to me. I'm not the biggest Eddie fan either, but he's been in the system long enough. He knows the system, and for the most part, he can definitely keep guys in front of him on the run game. Yes, he does miss tackles here and there. He knows where to be. Yeah. I don't feel like those other safeties really knew, because they just haven't had that experience yet, really. So, I'm very, very nervous about that, especially with a guy like Najee Harris. What does benefit us is that this Steelers line is young. They've got a couple rookies on there. I think there's one guy that's like a second-year guy. They're still young and experienced, but the key would be for, especially in the passing downs, for our whole secondary to play lights out. You cannot give Big Ben those really fast, quick throws, because if you do, he's going to kill you all day. He has the fastest release in the league. It's ridiculous how fast it is. It's under 3 seconds all the time.
Speaking of fast, quick throws, that is what we need.
Yes, it is.
Fast, quick throws. Get that ball out of Justin's hands, because, like I was kind of alluding to the other day, AB, I'm starting to kind of see what you're talking about. Kind of.
What?
I'm kind of starting to see.
You're actually.
You got to do something with the ball, man. You either got to throw that shit away, or you gotta trust. If someone gives you this much of a window, trust that he's gonna make them play for that ball. You got to do something with it. You can't
have
just hold on to it.
Anticipatory throws. You got to throw your receivers open sometimes.
You have to throw them open too, and that's something else.
He doesn't have that trust yet. No, he doesn't have that trust.
But he can't get it when you have multiple different people in your ear changing the way that you're supposed to have. Your mechanics is one thing, but your concept of reads, your concept of down and distance and depth. Allen runs it at this speed and this height and this depth, and Mooney runs it at this depth and this height. It's a lot to put on the rook, but at the same time, we have to remember you make the game easy and manageable for your quarterback so that you can at least move the ball. We're not getting into a shootout on purpose, guys. We're getting into a shootout because that's just what, it's 0-0 and Nagy's calling plays like you're down 20-0. Yeah. That's not sustainable.
Yeah. And it's not a coincidence to me that the fact that Nagy was out all week and we saw Justin play his best game. I definitely put those two things together as it was out of Nagy's reach of what they were actually play calling, the system that they ran. It was more of a Baltimore scheme,
Yes.
Some of those type team schemes, and that's what they need to be, and that's why we say it every week, and everyone in the Chicagoland area says it. Nagy needs to go. He needs to get out of here. There are some really good offensive coordinators. There's some good defensive coordinators out there that they should start looking at today, literally. get Nagy out today. You can start the process now instead of waiting to the end of the year and then starting with everybody. You can get a leg up on your entire competition just by getting rid of him. They've managed well without Nagy this whole week. Why can't we just have that happen for the rest of the year? Just get him out, see how they develop this kid, and let's move forward from there. If you end up keeping this staff, great. I wouldn't, but at least start the process now of everything that we need to do, and starting that with actually, you know what? Let Nagy stay. Let's get the president going upstairs.
Yeah,
let's get that higher.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
that's definitely a long shot.
It's really not. A few days ago, I read something that said that the Bears might put Pace in there.
Man, Ted Phillips ain't going nowhere.
I said that to y'all like 3 months ago. I said,
you did.
This can happen.
And I literally just read that they said they love him and they
do.
want him in the organization and they want to definitely keep him around for the draft. I read all of that maybe 3 days ago.
I don't think I want him as my president though.
Well, here's the thing. If you keep him and put him as your president, now he's really going to be in charge because he's going to pick the GM, the next GM, and the next coach.
Yeah,
so it's like
at the
you
end
really
of the day,
you kind of want to get away from his thought process.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's still going to be Nagy having full autonomy of what to do with this football team. So, do you want Ryan Pace to really be the guy to, still run the draft? Yes, he's going to have his GM, he's going to have his ear, but he's ultimately going to be the guy to say, that's the guy that we're taking, right? He's not going to give that up to the GM. There's just no way. And the way that he's also handled this cap situation, I don't want him. I don't want him. It's just been too much of kicking the can down the road. There's just way too many blown early round draft picks for me. Yes, he's been good later, absolutely, but that's not going to win us championships. Unless you are really getting, stud guys in the draft, not just serviceable good guys, studs, we're not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be a bunch of mediocre guys going on the field every damn day.
Yeah, no more plug and play guys.
Which is what we
Ted Phillips ain't going nowhere. Ryan Pace is not going to be the president, so I'm not sure why we talking about this shit.
I think
it's not going to happen.
I think he might be, Terrence. I'm sorry.
Look,
none of it's going to happen.
I hope you're right, but it's not looking that way.
You can always create a position. If Ted Phillips is the president or chief financial officer or vice president of actual operations, you can always make that lateral move and create another position and then elevate Pace to the role of president, where one is the finance guy, one is the football guy. You can, there's plenty of teams that have done that. Just like you won't have an offensive coordinator, but you'll have a passing game coordinator. Yeah. Things like that, like crazy stuff like that. The thing that you guys have to realize is the number 1, 2, and 3 thing that we need to do is we need to get stronger on that offensive line and solidify it. And then we need to get better in the secondary at the safeties. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get that through the draft. And we don't have enough money right now to do anything. But next year, when the salary cap does go up,
have about
there are a couple of marquee free agent linemen that we might, just need to kick the tires on.
Yeah, but also you have to remember too that you're going to have to pay Roquan, and you're going to probably pay him. He's going to get 5 years, $100 million, so he's going to get $20 million a year, and we have a $40 million cap space coming in next year. As of right now, that's without getting rid of a guy like Nick Foles. That's with some of these other guys that are questionable. There's a lot of outs next year. Eddie Jackson's got an out. Tariq Cohen's going to go.
He's definitely going. They're going to buy him out. I'm pretty sure.
What makes you so sure that Tariq Cohen is going to go?
I will.
There's no place for him.
There's not, and it's not even that as much as the fact that we still don't know how he's coming back from this injury. And hang on a minute, I had this up and it just froze on me. Let me.
So there's no need for a gadget guy anymore.
I mean, you can find gadget guys anywhere, Terrence. Like, that's the thing about this, is that in the draft, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 more guys just like this. Like, they're a dime a dozen. Like, we got a 6th round draft pick that everybody's freaking out about, Khalil Herbert. you can find good running backs. Do we need a real gadget guy? No, because we're not a gadget guy away from being a good team. Like, we are way away, as much as people don't want to hear that. We are way away from being anything really serious, you know? So why exactly waste the money on a guy that's A, still hurt, and also that B, is log jammed at a running back position where we don't really need any more guys. We need to start getting actual impact makers, and I just don't see him being one. So
even with this though, remember how we said we were short on draft capital, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to think out of the box, and you might have to see what you can get in the market for somebody just to stockpile a couple of picks, even if they are those 3rd and 4th round picks. Those become very, very valuable, especially for a team that has as many holes as we do.
Yeah,
they really do.
I mean, and I just don't see him getting anything for a guy like Tariq Cohen unless he comes back and he lights the world up. I just can't see them really getting anything of value
but
out of that.
Not even a Cohen. Like, this might be blasphemy, but maybe we dangle Eddie Goldman. Maybe we dangle Khalil. Maybe, what do they do with like Team Hicks?
I don't know if Eddie Goldman wants to even play football, honestly, at this point. So, just so you know, if we trade Cohen after June 1st next year, he's got 2 years left, and he's got $1.75 million owed in dead cap through 2022 and also 2023. But the savings are $4 million and $5.75 million. So that's literally $9.75 million they'll save in the cap
and
through the next 2 years.
I want us to address this comment right here by our guy Cool Vern.
Work it out.
He said trust and pace.
What?
Come on, man. I was rocking with you before you said that. I can't rock with you right now.
Well, let's ask Vernon. Okay, 1 second, Bears fans hate pace. He gets like Fields, and he's not. No. So back that train up. Yeah, back that train up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm rocking with you again, Vern. I'm rocking with you again. You lost me for a second, but I'm rocking with you again.
No. Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. One, we're not going to sit up here and say that just because Pace drafted Justin Fields, that we're going to give him like this complete praise and like he's just the man now, because he had no choice.
He not right.
Like, it was like, come on, like if he had drafted anybody but Field, maybe Trey Lance, but we already knew Trey Lance wasn't going to be there. But if he had drafted any other quarterback besides one of those two, he was going to be ran out of town regardless. It was going to be the first time they stormed the castle.
As much as I really hate to say it, like, I honestly thought he was going to go get Mac Jones. I
did too.
I was, that's just a Bears move. Like, that's just something that in the past you would just see them do. And I'm like, oh, that's probably going to make sense. I like Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones coming out of college. He's got a great release. As you can see in the pros.
Super vanilla. He's good. He's like a John Stockton.
So's Tom Brady.
Well, here's the thing, guys.
He is. You're right.
Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. So
here's the thing.
It's just boring.
That worked for, it is boring, but he kills it with 1,000 knives, man. He's just one of those guys. And I wouldn't have been mad. I just didn't really want him to come in here because I knew that we didn't have anything surrounding him. I knew that we didn't have an offensive line. And I didn't know what was up with, the entire skill position. So I was kind of hesitant about Mac Jones. I wanted a guy more like Justin because
here's the
he's
thing.
More dynamic.
We needed somebody with some wheels so that they can maneuver and get out the way because of the poor line play. I thought they would have been overly aggressive, tried to trade up to get Penei Sewell. That's what I thought they were going to do. And then try to draft Kellen Mond or somebody in the later rounds. That's what I thought they were going to do.
I just don't think you really value-wise. I mean, yeah, I definitely like Sewell, but moving up that far in the draft to get a guy like that, you're going to have to give up some first-round picks. And I don't feel like a left tackle is worth that many first-round picks because you probably would have had to give up 2 at least.
Well, I mean, we've seen them do stranger things. Like the worst secret was the 49ers were going to draft Mitch. They never were. Like Lynch even came out later on and laughed about it when he got asked at a press conference, like, Yeah, that worked out for us, didn't it?
Well, supposedly, what they did was they were actually tricking them because they said Cleveland was trying to move up because Mitch is an Ohio guy. He was Mr. Football there, and they thought they were going to take him. So they jumped ahead of the Browns just to get the guy. I didn't think he was the right pick from day one.
Who was the Browns quarterback at that time?
That was the year before they got Baker Mayfield. So
they didn't have a quarterback. They just played the Bears like a pawn.
Exactly, and it worked to a T. It 100% worked to a T, and that's just something that this organization has to deal with, and that's why. That's why I'm saying, JB, is why exactly would you want Ryan Pace running this organization when he's been duped and duped and duped so many times? Look at his first round picks. Look at him. You got Kevin White.
Is Vern saying, I'm sorry, AB. Vern saying that he wants Ryan Pace to continue running the Bears?
Yep.
Yes, he does. Trust him.
Okay.
He said this.
I'm not rocking with you, Vern. I can't rock with you.
I can't because, and that's why I'm trying to get back to that, is that I don't want Ryan Pace running this organization because you got Kevin White, right? Bust. Mitch Trubisky, bust. Yes, you had to trade a couple for Mac. Would you consider Mac worth those first round picks? Would you consider that a bust or
2018, yes.
Yeah, we did.
But outside of that.
Yeah, we knew White was going to be injured.
2019, he wasn't that bad, but he was nicked up a little bit. Last year, I think everybody in the world gets a pass because of COVID. But even this year, I mean, he's productive, but is he Pro Bowl DN, Pro Bowl linebacker Khalil Mack? He's not.
He's just hurt all the time.
He's wearing down is what it is. And that just happens.
Vernon just lost me.
Mitch bust. Only QB to have.
All right. So here's what we're going to do right now, Vernon. Here's what I'm going to do. All right. So, yes, Mitch Trubisky was a winning quarterback, right? Yes, absolutely. The defense is why he was good, Vernon. The man cannot throw past 10 yards without a problem. He's not a starting quarterback in the league at all. He is a game manager backup at best. There is no way that you can disprove that.
Come on back, Vern.
No way.
Come on back, man.
The film shows it. Every single time he goes up against an average to good defense, they load the box, and he can't do anything. I'm yelling because I'm tired of this argument, Vernon. Guys, Mitch Trubisky is not a starting quarterback. There's a reason why no other team in the league wanted him starting. If he's so great, why isn't he starting? Please explain to me.
Hey, be getting excited, bro. He getting excited.
Why is he only making $1 million some to be a backup? Like, stop saying that Mitch Trubisky is a starting quarterback. He's not.
His chest swelling all up. You swelling it all up, AB.
I get so tired of this argument because this is the same argument that I had the other day because a fan goes, oh, well, Mitch is playing better this year than all the other quarterbacks in that draft because one of them's not even playing and the other one's got all these interceptions. He doesn't play. He's not playing. Like, come on now. Like, I just can't with this. Like, I'm so tired of this argument.
So can somebody tell me, AB, I'm gonna give you a break real quick. I'm gonna dig into Vern. Save something for me. Oh, okay, wait. And what is our doing that worse actually?
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
Stop.
He's a rookie on a worse team. The team in 2018 was better. They had a top number 1 defense in the league, guys. They had a brand new quarterback, a brand new coach with a brand new scheme that nobody knew what they were coming into. There's a real funny circumstance for me with halfway through the season in 2018, you notice the defenses started getting better against that offense. There's a reason because they figured out Matt Nagy. They figured out Mitch Trubisky. They learned how to play him. It's that simple. After that, halfway through 2018, he wasn't shit. The only time Mitch Trubisky is good is in the fourth quarter when they switch to a coverage defense, and then he just takes everything low, which is great. But they don't do that all game because they know Mitch can't throw the ball more than 10 yards.
And anybody can complete those passes in a prevent.
It's a prevent. That's why in that Eagles game, in that Eagles game, the last drive was a prevent, and he looked like a world beater.
You see what Scott said?
No shit. God, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Come
Yeah,
on.
I'm starting to believe that.
And Mama, thank
Vernon,
you.
come on,
I
man.
mean, Vernon, I love you, dude, but no. The team is
Come on,
worse.
dog.
The team has been worse the past 2 years. The defense has been declining every year. Like, you cannot sit here and tell me that.
But
Can
for
we get
you
in our
to
clubhouse time
even
machine
say
real quick? Can we get in our clubhouse time machine real quick,
that
please?
Justin Fields is not doing shit,
He's a rookie.
I can't fuck with you, Vern.
See,
I can't fuck with you on that.
That statement is when you say, your mama, because you don't have nothing else to say. That's what that statement is. But let's get in our.
I love you, Vern. I do, man. But come on.
Look, let's get in our clubhouse time machine and go back to when Mitch was drafted. Anybody? Bueller. Who was the coach?
John Fox, who didn't even know they were going to draft him.
He didn't want him.
He didn't want him.
Who was the quarterback that they just paid?
Mike Glennon was at the draft party. They invited Mike Glennon over to the draft party to hang out, and then they drafted Mitch Trubisky. Come on, man.
So now we're going up. We're in our little time machine. We going up. Who was the next quarterback they had while they had Mitch Trubisky? Nick Foles. So Mitch is so great that you had to go get Nick Foles.
He's not great.
So wait.
Matt Nagy hated it.
Wait, there's more. 2 years later, bye, Mitch. Who do we sign in the offseason?
Andy Dalton.
Hey, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, and what do we do in the draft? We drafted what?
Justin Fields.
Doesn't this story look familiar?
It does, yes. And I know where you're going with it. And
thank you. He does not know what he's doing. He's trying to throw something against the wall, being the smartest guy in the room, and hope it sticks. Yeah. Now, with Justin, nobody wants to address the elephant in the room. He got scrutiny because of social issues and all that. That's why he drafted Justin Fields.
Yeah.
That's just it. That's all. Like, I'm tired of the Bears fan parading around with kitten gloves with this guy. Okay, he hit on Roquan. I think me and you could have hit on Roquan.
Anybody could have hit on Roquan.
Like, that was
Roquan was a slam dunk.
That was a slam dunk.
Easy.
You know, it's not like he was Leonard Floyd. You
could have got Quentin Nelson on top of that too, who was
you could have
an all-star. You know, like there was no way to miss that pick. There was no way.
No way. And then, like I said last week, you draft Cole Kmet when you kind of already had 19 tight ends. But you didn't draft
There's not one good tight end.
you didn't draft Chase Claypool, Trevon Diggs, Antoine Winfield Jr., Grant. Let's not make it seem like this dude is the draft guru. He's not.
No,
he's not.
You can really jump it back to even before that, to that 2017 draft. Here's the picks for you: Mitch Trubisky instead of Watson or Mahomes, Adam Shaheen instead of George Kittle, who went later.
Adam Shaheen in the second round with the 43rd pick. George Kittle was a 5th rounder.
And Tariq Cohen instead of Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
Who I think they actually got him from the Bears pick that they got from somebody else, if I remember right. That's a massive miss across the board. All three guys basically should be gone. So, no, Matt Nagy doesn't get a pass. No. He's not a scapegoat either. Like, Matt Nagy is trying to run a certain style of offense with the wrong personnel. It's flat blatant. That's what the issue is. And in his mind, he can win with these certain guys, but he needs a quarterback to run his system. It's all about his quarterback. It's not always about your quarterback when you have no system with the right personnel. We have a Ravens Cleveland type personnel where we're run heavy. We should be running the ball, RPOs, quick throwouts, West Coast offense, right? Matt Nagy wants to run a Mike Martz drop back, throw the ball down the field 35, 40 times a game. That's what he wants. He wants an Andy Reid style, but he doesn't have the right personnel.
So bottom line goes back to what you said in the beginning, AB. Nagy got to go.
Oh,
Nagy has to go.
Nagy
Justin is the quarterback
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying
Nagy
to
and Pace.
apologize for any of it. Vernon, it's the same basic concept as what I was talking about earlier about everything. Like, everything can be the reason why it's not working. It doesn't have to be singled out for one thing. It can be Nagy and Pace and the system all at the same time, and the personnel. Everything can be true. You don't necessarily have to sit here and say, well, it's all on Nagy, or, oh, it's all on Pace. Everybody has a share of this. The personnel sucks. Justin Fields is in the wrong system, which means Matt Nagy's wrong. Ryan Pace isn't drafting for what the system holds and what they need. That's the problem. The entire front office is bad all the way down, and the personnel sucks.
The Bears are an old car. The engine's knocking, the brakes don't work, the tires are bald, but as long as you put gas in it, it'll move. That's the Bears.
They bought a Ferrari, and they threw a 97 Civic inside of the Ferrari. Like, it just doesn't go the way that it should because it's not the right parts for what they need. That's what I'm trying to explain, Vernon. I'm not trying to be mean. I just get tired of this argument about, oh, well, like, everyone feels sorry for Mitch because he was a nice guy. Like, yes, he was a nice guy. Yes, he came in early. He tried. He's also the guy that cried whenever they were talking about him on national television and made him shut the TVs off.
Look, I don't even blame Mitch, to be honest with you. I don't.
I don't either, but
he was not the man for the job, and they put him in a no-win situation.
Mitch wasn't good. Mitch wasn't good.
That's not Mitch's fault.
So what they should have done,
that's partly his fault.
They probably should have just.
Fault. He's not good.
I mean, it's not his fault that
it's not his fault that they didn't develop him right,
and
it's
they
not
didn't
his
know
fault.
how to develop him.
That's not his part.
But even if they do,
just talent alone, football talent alone, football IQ alone, that is his fault.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But he's just not.
I'll say yes and no.
Yes and no. Why?
Because it's something that somebody saw in him that made him think he had this IQ. Look at other Ryan Leaf, countless others, Akile Smith. There's been other quarterbacks that have been drafted high where they thought that they had this like awesome IQ and they were just going to be world beaters. And then they get on the stage and those live ammunitions are flying. And now it's like, why did we draft this guy?
Yeah.
But it's their fault.
He couldn't even get the starting job in college until he was a senior.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not Mitch's fault. Maybe he was just supposed to be a backup and somebody saw something else.
I think he paid off the right guy.
That's the management's fault.
The hell he did, but he should.
But when you're talking about talent, when you're talking about raw talent, that's your fault. If someone is drafting you that high, you have to show why.
Yeah.
You have to show that you can throw the ball. You have to show that you can be a quarterback.
You ever heard somebody
say, wide open, show us that consistently?
He misses wide open throws all the time. Like,
he does,
all the time.
But you ever have somebody that says, "Oh, I can fix that guy"?
Oh, they all do. They all think that.
And then the next guy says, "Oh, I can fix that guy."
So it's partially Mitch's fault.
You
Not
waste
all
that
his
much
fault.
capital on that, though. You waste that much draft capital on a project.
And thank you. And that's why I said
that's Ryan Pace's problem is that he did that with Adam Shaheen too. Adam Shaheen was a raw prospect. He had the Gronk build, but he didn't have.
He didn't have talent.
He didn't have talent. And that's what I'm saying is that I don't think I want Ryan Pace to make these decisions. We're circling back to the same thing. I don't want Ryan Pace to make these same decisions over and over again because he's not proven to me yet that he can handle our draft capital correctly, and B, the salary cap. I mean, yes, there's a lot of teams that had that problem this year, especially because they thought the cap was going to be higher. I get that. But he's kicked the can down the road so many times with so many of these guys because of what? Because of his misses, because of what he didn't hit on.
But you know what the difference is? Other teams may use their draft capital, and I'm going to use the Rams right now as a example. But they're a win now ready team.
Yeah.
The Bears are not a win now. Even that 12-4 season, we were hopelessly optimistic. But come on, guys. Did anybody really think they was going to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to say no, I did not.
Halfway through that season, I started having issues because of the offense, because I saw the way the defenses switched up the way they played them. And they were starting to get beat by those good teams. And that was my barometer the whole year was, okay, how do we play up against the Packers? How do we play up against, at that time, a Tom Brady team with the Patriots? Like, I was excited about those games because that's what my barometer was set at. I thought they had a good chance just because the defense was playing out of their mind, but I needed the offense to run the ball, stay completely consistent with those throws with Mitch, where he was gaining first downs. He was keeping the defense off the field. Like, that's what I was more nervous about. The fan in me wanted them to, yeah, but my heart was just like, I don't know if they could get past. At that time, the Rams were the ones I was scared of, not the Eagles. It was the Rams and the Saints.
And that's who it was for me too, the Rams and the Saints, because everybody knows this. Vern, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. If it wasn't for Matt Nagy and his arrogance, win the game, and Nick Foles never gets the ball back. If you just run the ball with Montgomery, who was falling forward for 4 yards on that third down, you do that stupid little wide receiver screen, whatever crap, instead of running the ball, taking your 4-minute drill down the field, and ending the game.
Yeah.
There's no double doink if we extend that second to last drive. There is no double doink. There isn't.
Yeah,
but that's the arrogance of Nagy.
At that time, yeah, exactly. At that time, Nagy wasn't trusting in his running back, who was showing signs of greatness already at an early age, and he just went with what he thought was going to work instead of what they should have done, which is basically the offense we just saw last week, but with Mitch. And Mitch isn't Justin Fields. I'm not going to say that. Never going to, because Mitch can't throw the ball down the field. And yes, Scott, he was right. It was Jordan Howard that year. It wasn't Monty.
Yes, it was Jordan Howard.
Monty was.
He did.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Right.
He felt like Jordan Howard didn't fit his system. So
yeah, right, I'm sorry. No, but Jordan Howard was producing in the run game.
He
was, that year. But Nagy didn't give a shit. Nagy didn't give a shit about that.
He got 1,000 yards. He got 1,000 yards just in spite of Nagy. Like, Nagy wasn't using him the way that he should have been used.
No,
John Fox did. Absolutely, which is why I didn't think it was smart for them really to get rid of John Fox, because he and Vic Fangio were the guys that were developing that defense and that were, having an offense that was tailored towards what they were strong at. And I think if they would have kept that same system, I mean, they might have had a better offense with that high-powered defense that year. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
But the carousel happened because Nagy was like, okay, we're good. All we're going to do is tweak things my way, and we're going to take off.
Yeah.
And we never saw that again.
Like, whenever Nagy first got here, he said he wasn't brought here to run the eye. But running the eye and running, those zone sweeps those drove me crazy. But, I mean, that whole offensive line was better. Around him was better.
That just goes to show you the smoke and mirrors.
You can't
Charles Leno Jr. was a Pro Bowler.
No, he went to the Pro Bowl. He went to the Pro Bowl. I don't know if he was a Pro Bowler.
Wasn't he like an alternate or something?
I think he was an alternate, but he went. He went.
Yeah.
Like, Mitch was an alternate. He went. Like, come on.
Let's say it that way. They went.
I can't stand that alternate crap. I just don't. Because that's the other thing I get. Oh, well, Mitch was a Pro Bowler that year. Yeah, no, he was an alternate Pro Bowler because the guy that was in the Pro Bowl was in the Super Bowl.
Right. But you know what? We don't count that, right? We don't count that. But guess what? If you turn the back of their football card over for that year, it's got an asterisk that says Pro Bowl.
Which is a joke. What? That's
I don't buy football cards.
I actually just got from my lady for our anniversary some cards,
Wow!
And the first card is a Justin Fields rookie card.
That one right there.
Very
it better
nice.
be worth
Yeah,
something.
it is a rated rookie card, Justin Fields, in the front. And on the back, it's got a list of all the guys. It's got Mack, it's got Cohen, Montgomery, Andy Dalton, Allen Robinson, Hicks, Roquan, Fields, Herbert, and Daz Newsome.
Wow.
So
Keep that Roquan and that Fields for sure.
I am not opening this. This is going somewhere to hide because
I'll trade you that for a case of Moors.
How about you give me my case of Moors you owe me instead?
And where's Sherry? She owes me a case of beer too, by the way. But,
yeah, right.
Sherry out of town. She ain't messing with you. She out of town. She ain't messing with none of us. She out of there.
I don't blame her.
But hey, so what do the Bears look like going into Pittsburgh on Monday? Are we winning? What are we doing? Let's do some predictions real quick.
Me and AB disagreed Thursday, but I actually think this is one of those that they'll win, and then the people will be like, see, I told you the Bears were going to be okay.
Yeah, so I'm not going to flip, but
please.
This is a game that I see, in the past few years, the Bears have had success against the Steelers for some weird reason. Even when the Bears were bad under Fox, they beat a good Steelers team that year. And it's something that I've heard Steelers fans this week going, oh, here we go. Here's
the
our
Bears
charity
are actually winning this whole series.
Yeah, like they have this weird thing with them. But I still think that I look at the defenses, you give it to the Steelers, right? Offense, you give it to the Steelers, right? So then what is going to tell? Oh, and also coaching.
I don't know.
You give coaching to the Steelers too, right?
Absolutely. But
what exactly would make me think that they're going to beat them?
Well, can we say that the offense actually can be a push this week? Just this week?
Yes.
Can it be a push?
Yes.
Because I'm not seeing, Pro Bowl Ben. I'm not seeing Big Ben. We're seeing old Ben, and Ben is not pushing the ball like he used to. Like 15 points last week against the Browns. Browns that didn't have anybody.
No, but that doesn't mean he's not going to play well against our defense because the Browns defense is far better than our defense. And we gave a rookie 137 yards last week on the ground. You let Jimmy G throw for 300 yards. But yes, granted, one of them was a giant chunk play. And again, they let Deebo Samuel, I know you love him, JB. We talked about it Thursday, but he's not a top 5 guy. And he ran.
No, he's not.
He caught for like 167 yards and 6 touchdowns or 6 catches for a touchdown. And that's just too much.
Way too much.
I think the Steelers are better at offense than the Niners, and they gash us for over 30.
They are, but that's that weird, like you said, that weird dynamic, that weird game. But it's something, if you watch Pittsburgh, they just started getting their running game on track.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with their passing game for sure.
But if they're going to run the ball for 150 to 200 yards with a Najee Harris, they're going to feed him all game. How are they going to stop that when they couldn't stop the rookie last week, who isn't even as good?
Because what I'm hoping is that Nagy gets his head out of his behind.
That ain't never going to happen.
And he plays chess.
Head out of his ass.
We've been saying that for 4 years, JB.
Because we saw like Lamar Jackson and that great system they run over there has shown us how to beat the Steelers the last few years.
Yeah.
It is the power run game. It is the play action to the tight ends through the middle, and every now and again a shot over the top to Hollywood, and Lamar has to run the ball.
Yeah.
All those things the Bears have the capability of doing. Herbert can run the ball. If you put Jesse James in, obviously, hey, he likes throwing to Jesse James. Put him in. Let's see some of that 12 personnel. Quick slants, easy throws, build his accuracy and his confidence. Guess what? Keep the defense off the field. If they're going to be playing against the run, getting banged around all day, keep him off the field. Like,
okay,
let's play smart football.
What is your prediction?
I have 17-13 Bears.
That is the same exact score I have. Wow. Okay. And AB, what was your prediction?
What did I say last week? I got the Bears had 18, and I think I took the Steelers to have 27, if I remember right.
Boo yourself. Do you have
me all you want?
Do you have boo on that machine? Boo yourself.
I don't have a boo.
Boo yourself on that machine.
Got one of
yes.
those for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get some. Yeah.
I have the Bears.
You called me a hater
17. I have the Bears 17-13 over the Steelers. They got to use those tight ends, man. They finally have to use those tight ends because you got TJ Watt on the other side of that ball. So you need some bulk on that line. You need some bulk on that line. So
Alex Bars.
He looked really bad in his one play last week too.
Larry Borum. I need these guys. I need these
more
guys.
than that. You need more than that.
No. And
Alex Bars looked like crap in his one play he did last week. I actually saw the replay. He looked all sorts of whacked out. He didn't know what was going on. And
but you know what? But that's that's one play. Like
it is. Larry Borum, yes. Larry Borum, I'm
right tackle.
You also need some short, quick passes. Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, Justin, he got to get rid of that ball, man. He can't.
I love.
He can't be indecisive.
I love.
Like Greg Olson said the other day, he has to be decisive in his decision making. As redundant as that may sound, it makes a lot of sense.
It does. It's that internal clock, Terrence. It's the same thing we talk about all the time. It's the same thing you and me argued about. He holds the ball just too long, but that's rookies. That's what rookies do. Sometimes rookies have this problem where they don't think a route is open because they're so used to guys at Ohio State that are all-world guys.
But look at
that are going up against future like used car salesmen or whatever, and he doesn't know what open is. So he's got to learn how to throw open too.
But let me put that kind of like laid at the bed too, because yes, we know he's a rookie. He's going to be making those type of mistakes, but Tua's still making those mistakes. Sam Darnold makes those mistakes all the time to the point where he got hit for holding the ball too long. Daniel Jones holds the ball too long. Like this is just something that happens to certain people because when you get hit a lot, it's like you hold that ball waiting for somebody to get open so that you don't throw an interception. It's like you're just worried about so much instead of playing the game. A rookie will always get more of a pass, but there are other guys that have played 3-4 years that are going through the same thing.
And you know what those guys are, JB? Not franchise quarterbacks.
You're right. But at one time, they were drafted to be franchise quarterbacks.
They were, but that's just the process. And what we're hoping for and what we've all really pined for is this slow incremental increase every week or every other week. This whole year is predicated on his growth now. That's it for me. The young guys' progression, that's all I care about. Wins and losses for me aren't that big a deal. I want to see this team grow. I would rather watch this team grow and not make the playoffs than have the 7th seed again and get our ass kicked.
I don't want back into the playoffs again.
I would rather get some development, but those might also turn into wins. So maybe Justin can pull it out this week. Maybe.
They could, but I don't mind. Like if he gets hot, there's 9 games, and let's say he goes on like the 7-2 tear, 6-3 tear. I would love it. I would. But I'm not going to get overly optimistic and say, oh, hey, boys, we're in the playoffs. No, I'm not. Because you still have to deal with the Saints, the Bucks, the Rams, the Cowboys. Like, look what they're doing down there.
Yeah.
But the thing I like to think in the future. I don't like to put the cart before the horse. We got to get that line a little bit better. We got to get younger on the defensive line. Tonga needs to play more. Hell, we got to get a backup quarterback, guys. We really do. Because I don't think I don't want Andy Dalton and Nick Foles here next year. I really don't.
I don't think either of them are going to be here next year. I think this is a job that they're going to find a guy off the street I don't think they're going to draft one because that would be ridiculous.
It would be stupid.
You don't have enough draft capital anyway. So why exactly would you want to really do that?
I'd like to see, if it's not this year, I think he's got to out. I'd like to see like somebody like a Marcus Mariota come and be a backup.
I want to know who is Facebook user.
Yeah, please, Facebook user, get out of the stream and look in our synopsis. There is a link there, StreamYard.com/Facebook. You can go there and register so we can see who you are. Please, please do that. So just so both y'all know, you guys were talking about, how the Steelers have played the Ravens, yada, yada, yada. They went up against that type of team. They beat them twice last year. And the Ravens are better than we are.
So and the Ravens are better than we are, yeah.
This is why I'm just not hyped for this game. And that hurts me because I have a lot of Steelers fans that are going to give me crap. But it's whatever. So it's what it is.
Yeah, man. I think we should go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them one more chance to win this shirt. One more chance while we do our shout-outs. If you don't come in and tell us you want this shirt.
Shoot, I almost feel sorry for getting down Vern. We should give it to him as a peace offering.
I was going to say that too. I was about to say, Vern, jump in here and get it. And then I can tell you I'm sorry for ranting. Because I'm just tired of that argument. I'm just so tired of the Mitch argument. Like, it's like a bad breakup that you just don't want to talk about anymore. It's one of those things that it's always going to bug me.
So let's kick off the shout out.
Yeah.
AB.
Shout out to
JB rather. JB.
Oh, okay.
No, you started. Go ahead, brother. You started.
So first, ooh, damn, I got a little cough going on. First, shout out to these fans that jumped in on a Saturday morning when we didn't look as spry as we normally do. Sorry about that. We got going. Thank you, Vernon, for getting me fired up today. Talking about Mitch Trubisky because now I'm ready for the day. Thank you for that. I needed that. You guys, as usual, Mama, saw you in the chat a lot, killing it today. I appreciate that a lot. Scott Hopkins in here. He's made some very, very, very good points. I've noticed. The one that I thought was funniest, sorry, Vern, we love you, but he said Vern was a Ryan Pace fake account.
That shit was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Was pretty good. I like that. Our friend Melissa Shoop here. Yeah, hi, Melissa. But yeah, and whatever happened with our buddy Corey, we hope we get to talk to you soon, bud. We know things happen, but we still love you. And we still appreciate you, and hopefully we can have you on soon so I can talk to you and these guys can talk to you about how you murdered a guy on the field.
Yes.
We want to talk about that.
That is how
I actually went back and I watched the replay, and I forgot how bad, like, the TVs were back then. Like, and that's not even that long ago, but like,
it was like
the
2012,
all
wasn't it?
Funny, yeah. Like the pictures all funny, and they, remember they played that game at the Minnesota Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That game wasn't at the
Nope,
Viking
it was at
Stadium.
the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, because they were building that new stadium.
Yep.
Then, or no, was that the year that the snow came down on the dome? Wasn't that the same year, actually? And that's why they were playing there. And then after that, they went and they started.
They started building a new dome because of that. I mean,
I think that might be right because I remember that one year, like they had like a video of the inside of,
and it just fell through
the dome. Yeah, and like tons of snow just came rocking down through the top of that thing. Like it was wild. But anyway, that's always been one of my favorite games ever. I had an amazing time that night. I was at a bar. And we had a snowball fight in the bar after the game because we were so excited that Brett Favre got murdered. Not actually murdered, but yes, you know what I mean. But we ended up having a giant-ass snowball fight for like an hour. It was amazing. The whole bar was trashed. Best time I've ever had.
Thanks, Mom. You see what she said? She's so sweet.
Yes, she is.
Say, your show is always interesting with or without a guest. That's what I love about you guys. You rock it no matter what.
We love you, Mama, for sure.
Thank you, Mom.
A1, P1 right there. She's the number one.
She's the GOAT.
Yes, she's the GOAT of the CCP fan base.
I'm getting my mama a shirt.
Yeah. Why isn't Mama on here jumping on the link? Come on,
She tried. She tried. It didn't go.
I think JB is getting like 50
but I got
Under Armour shirts or something like that.
I got it.
He going in.
Get it, buddy. Get it.
Hey, take advantage of that 50% off. Shit, they sponsor us.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
Speaking of that, when are we getting Cal?
Cal, I told Cal he's starting Tuesday. Cal is in here on Tuesday. I guess that's a good segue.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Cal is coming in here on Tuesday to start his Cal on Prep.
Mm-hmm.
So Cal on Prep is basically a segment about high school football. He's highlighting a specific player, or he might just talk about what's going on in the high school beat. That's it. Football, basketball, soccer, whatever. So that is going to start on Tuesday. I cannot wait to see what that is going to look like. Cal is going to be a high school superstar. But yeah, so I guess y'all done with shout outs? Because I might as well just do mine.
Yeah, I mean, my shout outs are pretty much the same. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, JB.
Tuning in. Good to hear from Vern as always, even though, we didn't agree today, but that's okay. That's what this is about.
That's what
shout out to, some new guys. Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but please, we love to give you credit. We love to hear your commentary. Please continue to register, continue to view, and let's keep this train going, guys. Shout out to Shani for jumping in and getting that shirt and just bringing energy and showing support and love. And, hey, go Morgan Park. Hopefully they get a win today. Other than that, shout out to my team. Shout out to you guys. And, part of the highlight of my week is meeting with you guys and doing this.
Same.
So let's keep it rocking, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. So I guess I got to give mine. And I'm going to start with this. Saturdays are always tough.
That's what you literally started the show with, too.
Saturdays are always tough, man.
You ain't lying.
But I surround myself with great people. And you two are a part of that. So now I am woke. because of the great people that are around me. So now I can get on with my day. But shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. AB, your rant really woke me up. Vern, you got me fired up a little bit.
Vern woke me up, man.
So shout out to you guys, the All-Star team, man. Y'all, it would be no show without y'all.
Same.
And the chat, everybody in the chat, I'm not gonna say the names again. I think AB already did that, and so did JB. But I will say, Shani, big shout out to you for stepping out of your box, because I know you don't like being on camera, but you wanted that shirt.
She did a good job.
So you got in here and said you wanted the shirt.
She did a good job. She did.
And I appreciate that. It's always good to see you, Shani. Everybody in the chat that says something, we appreciate y'all. Everybody that's just watching, you're lurking, but we still appreciate y'all too. So thank you for tuning in to the podcast. I do want to say tune in on Tuesday. Like I was saying, Cal on Prep starts, but we have a special guest on Tuesday, offensive lineman, former offensive lineman, Steve Edwards.
And he will be here.
Mount Carmel, by the way.
He will be here.
He went to Mount Carmel, by the way. But we're going to have him on the show, and we get to ask him some great questions.
Excited for this one.
Regarding the offensive line that we're currently looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat. And if anybody wants to ask a question or they have a comment or whatever, you want to ask Steve something, then please use that link and get in here and say what you got to say. Also, Wednesday, the ladies' new show.
Yeah.
She said what she said. Now, if you missed the first one, the debut episode was last Wednesday. If you missed that, please go double back and look at it. It was a really good show.
It was.
Those girls on top of it. So
they're guests. They're guests.
Please check it out. Yes.
One of a kind.
Their guest last week was Coach K, Konisha Ray. She's a
formerly Miss K
female, first female head football coach at CPS.
Yeah.
That's a big accomplishment, man. A woman coach.
She knows what she's talking about, too.
Now, I know there's some chauvinistic dudes out there. Man, woman coach, go watch it. Go watch it.
She knows what she's talking
She'll
about.
fire you up. You want to play on her team.
True.
So go watch it. And this week, they are going to celebrate the life of Miss Diane Durham. She was a gymnast, a dynamic gymnast. And she passed, I think, earlier this year. And her husband, Tandra Hazel, is going to talk about the legacy that she left behind and her life story. So that's going to be very interesting. I didn't mean to, change my voice and make it sound a little dramatic.
I'm going to try not to cry during that one, yeah.
But it will be a good show. Hopefully it won't be a tearjerker. Like we thought the show might have been Tuesday that we did with Eddie Payton, Walter Payton's brother. If you did not go look at that,
man,
double back and go look at it now. Because it wasn't a tearjerker, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, he was on
Eddie
fire.
Payton
he was amazing.
Has got to be one of the funniest dudes I know. It was hilarious. So go check it out. Shout out to any family that I have in there. I always say I don't have family support. There might be a few in there lurking. I appreciate y'all. I don't know who you are. But yeah, that's it for my shout. Oh, Moore's Beer and Tilly's. Definitely shout out y'all. And LecPod Network, which I hardly ever speak of. LecPod Network. That's my guy, D-Son. He's definitely doing some big things with that network. He's going to have some shows that are starting up, I think, before the end of the year.
Yeah, he actually reached out to me last night about that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was asking me just about like streaming stuff like this. Like he just had some questions, but yeah, he's excited for that. He started talking to me. He goes, "It's a Friday night. I think I'm ready to get going." Yeah, I was like, "Hell yeah, go get it, brother. Hell yeah."
Yep. So that's exciting. Definitely going to check that out. And the Chicago Clubhouse Network has a few things up the sleeve before the end of the year. Stay tuned, and you'll see what that is.
I don't even know what that is. I don't think.
We also have a show that may be starting on Monday. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
We're not positive yet. But it is going to start at some point. We just don't know exactly when because our buddy is a little under the weather.
Facebook user is your family. So Facebook user that is
shit!
Would you please go out and go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so we know exactly who you are. You have to register your name so people know. We don't know which cuz. It could be any
we don't know.
How many cousins you got, Terrence?
I appreciate that, but I'd like to know who. That's dope.
Yeah,
I definitely am excited now that I have family in the chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. But yeah, so we have a show that may be starting on Monday. Tracy, what's up, Tracy? Tracy is like we have we have like the greatest relationship, but it's so up and down relationship, but it's so up and down. Sometimes she get on my nerves, I get on her nerves.
No, not you. You? Thank
So,
you.
hey.
It's like mine in your relationship, kind of. We love each other, but
yeah,
sometimes we want to kill each other.
I love her. I love Tracy. I love Tracy.
Said, watch it.
But she gets on my nerves sometimes. I get on her.
Back up the truck.
Check it out, T, real quick.
Yeah.
You're going to thank me for this one. I found out who some of our Facebook users are. The real talk, we are a run damn team. We don't need the most quarterback Super Bowl with Jim McMahon, that guy. Gerald Walker. Mr. Gerald Walker. Thank you, Gerald. With the what is it? You had to go to the right.
Yeah. You're starting to cut in and out a little bit, JB.
Yeah.
Then we have Michael Neely.
Big Mike.
Is that the guy that was, oddly enough, the amount of time Fields finds himself scrambling? OBJ's crazy kamikaze route running might be the benefit of the Bears' offense during broken plays. Disagree. OBJ should not be on this team.
That is Alan Giovancini.
What's Alan? Come on, man.
Alan, what's up, homie?
What's up with these Allens not repping right? Come on, guys. Let's get back on track. Allen Robinson, you got to get back on track.
So some new guys. Hey, we thank you guys.
Alan is a weak-ass name.
Alan's a great name. You need to shut your damn mouth. You know what? I'm kicking your ass out of here. Get out of here with that. That's the greatest name ever made. It's so great. It's a middle name, too. That's how good it is. I've heard some great last Allen names.
Yeah, you ain't never heard Allen as the last.
Marcus Allen, Debbie
Allen.
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
Okay. It's still a weak ass name, though.
Goat ass name. No.
Still a weak ass name.
Terrence is a weak ass name here.
Terrence is a great name.
Allen is so great it can be a first, middle, or last name. Terrence cannot. Stop yourself. Go home.
Okay, you got me there. It would sound really stupid as the last name. It would sound really stupid as the last name. No, that wasn't a mic drop, though.
Yes,
that wasn't a mic drop. That was just a Terrence shut up drop. That wasn't a mic drop, though. But yeah, so seeing Mom said, "Wow, yeah, wow,
T-Nick,
wow." But hey, that's just about it for my shout outs. I said SportsZone. We can also be seen on SportsZone.
I hope none of your
okay. That is it for my shout outs. So for my man JB, the stat man who knows every single stat from the 80s and 90s basketball and football, my man AB, the X Factor. I am T-Nick, point guard, quarterback, whatever the hell you want to call me. I'm not going to say that part. I'm not going to say that part anymore. I'm just going to say I'm the coolest dude in the room. Period. That's it. That's it. It doesn't matter who else is in the room. I'm the coolest dude in the room. But we out.
Turn your heat up then.
Later, y'all.
Get out of here.
This is Sherry, and you're rocking with a Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they